everyone, welcome to the Red Men TV. Liverpool taking on Manchester United this weekend. Let's talk about it. Chris Pajak's here. Ben's here as well. Ben.
Hello, yes.
Unscathed after your Red Men TV debut.
I know, it was quite traumatic. But no, I enjoyed it. It was good.
It was indeed. More to come on a weekly basis as well.
Hopefully, yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
And that's me giving
I've not
you the
been
green
scared
light.
off, yeah.
There you go. Didn't expect it to go like this. And just to reveal, you won't be coming back again. Get off your tit.
I thought we were going to do that on a live show.
So no, Ben, if you haven't seen it, Ben did a brilliant job rounding up like loan watch international breaks as well. Like, so yeah, more of that to come on a weekly basis, unless he decides to do something better with his life. People who haven't got better things to do with their life, me and you, Chris, let's get stuck into it.
I'm on it.
Liverpool, Manchester United. We've just done me, Steve and Mel Reddy have just done the Reds news roundup. Mel was a wonderful ray of sunshine. He was helped to beat me up, but you weren't present for that. So let's try and fight our way through this. Manchester United is not the fixture that we could really do with right now, but at the same time, the fixtures that we had looked like they should have been the fixtures that we could have done with. So who knows? Maybe weirdly, conversely, this might be perfect.
You know what, right? We obviously spoke to Gaz from Full Time Devils yesterday, and he fired me up. And I don't like seeing Manx happy to go into a Northwest derby and stuff. And he was so confident and overconfident. I just thought, wipe that fucking smile off your face when you're sat near me, will you, sunshine? I think this isn't how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to feel like shit before these games. You really are. And you look at it thinking, how are you feeling like that? Because you've played nobody. You've snotted them. Fair play. You're in great form. You've got a good side with great players. So what? So what? This is a fucking Northwest derby. Form book goes out the window, Paul. First cliche to the Pajak.
Yeah, I love that. The Northwest Derby. Have we ever called to the Northwest Derby in 7 years before?
No. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, look, it goes that in, doesn't it? Massive game. I think it follows, Ben, look, it's going to be tricky no matter what. I feel, will do the Mourinho thing. I think they will come to Anfield. They'll look to make it difficult for us, even though they have shown they are more than capable this season of scoring goals and beating teams handsomely as well. And this could be that game where we're going to need it to be that game where it's all well and good creating chances. We need to start sticking some goals in the back of the net. And I would bank on us if we continue to play football the way we've played. We should be in a reasonable position to do something in this game.
Yeah, well, we keep saying, like, sooner or later, all the chances are going to go in one game. We're going to give somebody a snot in, and you know, it would be really nice if it was this one.
Wouldn't it?
It would be super nice. But yeah, I agree with Chris. Really, like in previous years, United have come to us not playing well at all, and they've come and won. Yeah. Unfortunately, like. I think both years under Louis van Gaal, they were in awful form and they stole wins, and we kind of need to. I know it's at home, but we kind of need to do the same. Yeah. Obviously, I think the international break in this case, apart from injury news, has done us good. Really, to just have a break from the frustrations of Newcastle and Burnley and other games where we were, low, and we come back into it now and. We've got a fresh mindset. It's the worst game to come into, but it's also the best game because you can come in and you can be like, right, if you can't get up for this game after a 2-week break, then what you doing?
No, I completely agree with that, and I think look, it's fair, isn't it? It's United have been. There's a reason they're one goal off being joint top of the league at the moment.
Yeah, they've been in good form, and I don't care about it. I don't. It's time that this Liverpool side started showing what they're made of, because we went into this season knowing that we could produce against big clubs. Manchester United are a big club in good form. Good. We've got to do something against them. Ben just said it there. If they can't get up for this game, why are we backing them so much? This is the type of game they need to show heart. They need to go out there and prove that they can go toe-to-toe with this side, because they can do. Yeah. I know that they can do. I've seen them go toe-to-toe with big sides before. I've seen them play teams who are in great form and have scored loads of goals and snot them. Yeah. So we just need to hope that that's going to be the case.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a different manager and it's a different tactic, a different team ultimately. But I would be taking heart from the Europa League Anfield game. I'd be looking at that. I went back and watched the highlights of that, and like 5 minutes of us battering Man United at Anfield. That game could have been 4 or 5 quite easily if David Gea wasn't in stupendous form. And you know that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. And it will be a tricky test to be sure. But I could see I think if Liverpool come into this game for half an hour, like we've seen in recent games, and just look to blitz them, it could be, you know, we could get a bit of luck, and we could be interested to see how the game develops. You mentioned in the past, because you know, like the Man City game last year, we just got to get our noses in front in this one, I think. And it goes without saying, it's basic football analysis, isn't it? You know, but this is where we're at. I think, you know, this could well, you know, a goal drought or whatever you want to call it could continue. I said goal drought. We scored 3 goals. That's the league game before last, didn't we? But you know, there's every way. You know, this could continue. But I would bank personally on us just find a solution to it. And as you say, that big atmosphere. It's the unveiling of the Kenny Dalglish stand. I think everyone's going to be up and bouncing as you'd naturally expect in a big game. And hopefully this is one of the things that fires us across the line. The thing that we do have to discuss, which is the big. You kind of alluded to it there, Ben. The big issue we've got with this one is Sadio Mane. I was really, really looking forward to us going into this game with as close to full strength side as we've got and seeing what we can do to them. It's going to mean a rejigging. Once again, Liverpool falling foul of this international curse or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but on the bright side, really, the enforcements that we made over the summer going forward, this is why we do it. Like, this is why we've signed Oxlade-Chamberlain, because now he should be looking at this and going, you know, no offence, Sadio, but get in, because I'm going to get more game time.
Yeah.
You know, we've got versatility in terms of, obviously we'll move on to the teams later, but like, you know, you can put Coutinho on the left, you can put Oxlade-Chamberlain on the left, you can play a diamond, you can do, you know, you've got all these options now because we've signed Salah and Oxlade-Chamberlain this summer, particularly Oxlade-Chamberlain because he's so versatile. He can play centre midfield, he can play on either wing, you know. And it's disappointing that we've not got Mane. You know, he always looks the brightest one.
Yeah.
You know, Salah's a good player. He's quick. But he's lacking the ruthlessness of Mane sometimes. And you know, I think you know, it's potentially he could get to that level, but not right now. And I think
I think Ben makes a good point there, Chris. Someone like Oxlade-Chamberlain. We've spent big money. You know, there's a reason why it's actually a Steve point from the Reds news roundup, which I'll bring into this, is that why spend £35 million on backup players? You know, this is why you do it. To stop ourselves being in the situation we were in last January.
Listen, he's not had the best start to his Liverpool career. So what? Forgive that now. Yeah. Get on with it. If you get your opportunity, seize it. As Ben says, he'll be looking at that going, I need to get into the team sheet here. I need to make sure that it's hard for the manager to drop me from here on in. You know, he's got talent, he's quick, he's good on the ball. He can pick out a cross when he needs to and stuff, and we need to see that now. And I wonder whether this 2 weeks now, he'll have had a little bit of time, a little bit probably more time with Klopp, although he's been on international duty, where he can just take stock of where he's at, take an understanding of the system and know that what Klopp wants from him, because the system is completely different to Arsenal. Yeah. You know, it's a lot more in depth, I feel. Tactically, I think he's got a lot to think about. I think he needs to think about not only himself, but where the positions of everyone else is when he's pressing and stuff like that. And that's why I think it's been a slow start for him. It's not because he's not a talented footballer. You know, Conte wanted him, Wenger wanted him, Klopp wanted him. These are 3 guys who know football, and they wanted Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. These are the type of games that I'm not sure this is the right game, if I'm honest, but this is the type of game that he should be hoping that he gets a start in. Yeah, he should be banging on the manager's door for this, in my opinion, because you're there, these opportunities. He's gone into that international, and he's not performed for England either. But England, you know, the secure qualification for the World Cup, he's now got, 6 months, 7 months or whatever to 8 months or whatever to get himself in England's first team if he wants to play in the World Cup as well. And what better way to start than by going to Jürgen, right, boss, it's not been great for me, but this is the game where I go and prove it to me. Where can you get me in the team? Because I'm happy to drop straight in on the left. Want me to play in midfield? I'll play in midfield. You're going to get 110% out of me. And, you know, maybe you're right. Maybe Klopp will revert to type a little bit on this. We'll have a little bit of speculation on that in a second. But, you know, this is what these games are for, aren't they, Ben? They're for players to write them. Players don't write themselves into Liverpool legend against Burnley and Leicester. No, yeah. They write themselves into Liverpool legend in Manchester United. Fucking Andrea Dossena.
we're talking about Andrea Dossena,
Yeah.
7 years on, for 8 years on from him scoring a goal at Old Trafford, and we're still talking about it.
Yeah, and I know what you're saying, it can be the wrong game, but like I said before, like, if he doesn't start, he will definitely get time on the pitch, you would expect at some point. So, you know, if he doesn't start, then that's fine. You know, he's warming up, and you've got the crowd around you the whole time. You go and warm up down by the away fans. You're getting the stick off them, and you're getting riled up all the time. You go on, and like you say, he's kind of got to be teacher's pet essentially. He's got to go. Look, well, I'll go on the right, I'll go on the left, and wherever Klopp wants to put him on, he's just got to go, yeah, fine, he's got to go and do his best for half an hour, 25 minutes, however long he gets on the pitch. Yeah.
So big questions, and I think Ben's right, and we'll get a little look at people's preferred 11s. In fact, if everyone wants to prepare their board, it's... I think the more you think about it, the more I think about this game, the more options that I haven't even considered. Like, and I'd be interested to see whether you guys have considered the one that's forefront in my thinking. But let's have a little look at what
Is this the preferred 11?
This is the preferred 11.
Okay.
Why?
I've put Vertonghen and Alderweireld in it.
I can't believe it's taken you 8 games to come up with that one.
Mate, I'm a slow burner.
So Ben's gone for Mignolet, Gomez, Matip, Lovren, Moreno, Henderson, Gini, Emre Can, Salah, Bobby, Phil Coutinho on the left. Chris,
yes,
you've gone
exactly
for
the same side.
Exactly the same side, but for Spurs centre halves.
Yeah.
No, I went for keeping Coutinho in the midfield and Oxlade-Chamberlain from the left hand side. For the reasons we've discussed, for me personally, for the reasons we've discussed, what my thing about this game is, I think Man United will park the bus, and I think the Coutinho in midfield thing exists to break down the teams that play like that. So for me, it's essential that Coutinho plays in the midfield. I don't think you needed him against Man City. I think having a combative midfield against the Man City works. I think them lacking Fellaini as well. And lacking Pogba means that we can go a little bit more attacking in what we've got. And again, I just think it's a big chance for Oxlade-Chamberlain to go and show what he can do. The one that neither of you have gone for, which I think is actually maybe worth a chat, because his name's come up a few times recently, Chris. James Milner.
Yeah. Where? Left wing?
No, in midfield. Just because we talked about this, having a cool head, having a guy who understands the pressure of the situation around him. And look, this is the problem we've got. Wijnaldum and Can, they're a bit faster, they're a bit more mobile. You know, I understand why he's below them in the pecking order, but there's a reason James Milner's in the squad. And, you know, sometimes games like this, you see it can be an astute move from a manager to drop someone with that level of game experience.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'd not considered it at all. And, like, it's not going to change my mind, but it's a good point regardless. Like,
because he's fallen out of the rotation a bit. He started the season very much.
Who was it? He came in against him midfield when we
Palace.
Was it
Palace?
Palace?
Yeah, Palace.
And he was good in that game, and he came off. I think he came on the game before and really took the game by the scruff of the neck, took control of it.
Came on in Hoffenheim, didn't he?
Yeah, that was the one, wasn't it? And you know, that cool head, started passing the ball around when everyone else seemed to be losing their head around him. James Milner came on and did a job there. Maybe this is the right type of game.
Paraphrasing Rudyard Kipling a little bit.
Maybe,
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it could be an option. Like for me, the reason that I've not gone for Coutinho in the midfield is because I think that's where their weakness is, and it sounds almost counterintuitive, but I think we can dominate the midfield with the three of Henderson, Can and Wijnaldum. I think, you know, Coutinho's obviously a little bit more lightweight, although he's more skillful. So for me, that area of the field, Coutinho's going to drop in there anyway, I think, because he's not going to out-muscle Valencia in many one-on-one situations. So I imagine he's sort of going to be spending a lot of time in the midfield anyway. So that's why I like the makeup on my side.
The only other one we've not mentioned, which I think I mentioned jokingly before we started filming, is that Jurgen Klopp very much reverts the type and puts Roberto Firmino left when players miss. Now, you'd like to think that having Coutinho still there and having an Oxlade-Chamberlain means that we won't see that, but we still do keep seeing that. And Daniel Sturridge as well.
I think that's been I think that's been more of, because obviously Salah needed a little bit of resting and stuff like that. Coutinho wasn't up to fitness after his back injury and all that type of stuff. So we've not actually seen it, in fairness to him, while we've only had like the three of them. You know, Coutinho, Salah and obviously Firmino there as well. And I think, to be honest, Sturridge being in poor form makes it an easy decision for me. I think had Sturridge got a couple of goals in the last couple of games he's been given, I think, yeah, you would maybe think about it a little bit more, but for me, Sturridge isn't anywhere near this side.
Does the international stuff and the Brazilian travel thing have an impact on this?
Could do. I mean, Firmino came on for Coutinho, didn't he, in the game?
But they only played on Tuesday night, didn't they? Which is later than everyone in all our local international.
Normally you'd think that, but every single time these two have come back from internationals, you see they seem to start.
They come back on private jet, don't they? You know, I know it's jet line, I know all that, but they've got the best possible treatment to, you know, in terms of how they get themselves home. So yeah, it's never been a problem. This is the same. It always happens. This story always appears when there's an international break. Or will they make it back in time? And they always do. Yeah. So I'm never that worried about it.
And last time, let's not forget that the long haul flight cured Coutinho's back. So he might come back at 110% this time.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's something to look forward to. He's going to come back bulletproof. It'd be class. There you go. I mean, I'm not saying anyone's going to shoot at him, but if they do, whoa. It'd be fine. It's absolutely going to be fine. Yeah, so let us know your preferred 11, which are, again, the 11 that you'd like to see Liverpool start with, not necessarily the one that you think Jurgen Klopp will go with in the comments below. Write your full 11 out and what have you. And obviously, if you want to critique ours, by all means, please do. So before we go, we've actually got something really interesting. We went over to Rome last week. We were invited over by Lucas Leiva. We had a long-form, in-depth chat with him. That's going to be on the website. We've got loads of extra bits and pieces. We've done loads of stuff with him. It's all brilliant. But here's a little clip of Lucas Leiva talking about the game that I mentioned earlier on. Liverpool beating Manchester United at Old Trafford 4-1. Xabi Alonso's injured and you come into that game and I mean obviously the standout performers in that are Fernando Torres and Aurelio etc. But what a game, what a performance. I think that was probably the first time that under Rafa everyone went, wow, okay, that's what we've been building towards. It was what a game to be involved in.
Yeah, it was a fantastic game, fantastic. And now I left, I can say, I remember Redknapp praising Alonso in that game, but I was playing that game. So now I can say because I'm gone. So, but yeah, that game was fantastic and was another time that one more time that Rafa showed a lot of trust. You know, of course the team was very, very strong and it was not easy, but it was for me it was good to go in that team, and you know things were working really well. We had a very good game before against Madrid at home. So, but yeah, these games that showed that Rafa really trusts me, and slowly I was getting where I wanted to be. You know.
What are your memories of that game actually? Because Ronaldo gives them the lead, and there must be a feeling it's Old Trafford.
Yeah, of course. When you go losing against Manchester, it's you always think it could be a long day, you know. It's normal, but like I said, the team we were so strong in everywhere on the pitch. So all the pass, and then of course Fernando and Stevie made the difference as always. They did. And change things around, but yeah, it was a fantastic game.
Was that the best side that you played in?
Probably yes. Probably yes.
Wonderful man.
He's a great human being.
Genuinely wonderful man. Yeah, the full interview is on the redmentv.com, so if you want to sign up, if you need something, a reason, if you're on the fence or whatever and you think there's something that might be a tipping point, highly recommend it. Very, very interesting stuff. Talking about his entire career from being a kid moving over and all the different managers he's worked for. Chris has done a lot of interesting stuff on the evolution of the defensive midfield role and stuff. So yeah, really, really, really good stuff. Start a free-month trial, get that, and get all the extra content we do as well. Score predictions? I don't know why I went sneaky on that.
Spent a long time thinking. I think I've gone with 2-1 to us.
Okay.
I just think we'll be up for it.
I fully agree with the 2-1 shout personally.
3-1.
You keeping with 3-1?
A conservative 3-1.
A conservative 3-1. Yeah, I think the smart money could well be on a 0-0. Yeah. To be fair, but
with our defence.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, Man United offered, if it was anything like last time when they offered none. and you know the time in the Europa League as well. So yeah, very interesting. Let you know score predictions in the comments below. Subscribe to the Redmen TV YouTube channel if you're not into the whole paywall stuff. Helps us keep going, helps us grow, and helps us get more and more interesting stuff. We've done a match preview with Gaz from Full Time Devils. Go and watch that. Of course, Chris has done a starting 11 prediction. Go and check that out. And of course, the full Lucas Leiva interview on the redmentv.com. Lastly, go and vote for his Northwest Football Awards to win that award. The link will be in the video info underneath. Let's win. Let's beat Full Time Devils. Let's beat Man United. And then let's beat Full Time Devils. Who's with me?
Garrar.
Yeah, thanks very much for watching. Thank you very much for being here, gents. It's always a pleasure. And we'll be back with more amazing content, hopefully with a win this weekend.